What's going on? It's Suck and I'm back with a brand new video on SuperDuprTech, and in today's video I shall be showing you the results that I got when benchmarking the 2021 iPad mini. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and if you are new around here then I must ask you to hit the subscribe button, clicking the bell icon to be notified when I upload any of my new videos. Without any further ado, let's hit the titles. The first benchmarking application which I ran on this iPad was GeekBench 5, which is a good first test as it runs several different tests and algorithms, and depending on how they've performed and the time taken to perform them, it will then give a score accordingly. With this iPad mini I got a single core score of 1,599 and a multi-core score of 3,947. The next test which I ran was once again from GeekBench 5, but this time from their compute lineup of tests, which are designed to test the performance of how the A15 system on a chip's built-in GPU performs. Now with this test I got a score of 11,955. I then ran GeekBench's machine learning tests, which are designed to run several tests on different aspects of the iPad mini's A15 system on a chip. Now Apple have been positioning themselves over the last few years as a leader in this space, so it is quite interesting to see how this iPad compares with other tablets, especially those in this price range. So here you can see the iPad mini 6th generation compared to the previous models and even other Android tablets. It's interesting to see the vast improvements that Apple have been making when it comes to their neural engine. The improvements to the neural engine means that the CPU or GPU do not need to be used when it comes to recognizing text from the camera application or faces in images and so much more. So you can see that with this iPad mini I got a CPU score of 841, a GPU score of 1910, and when it comes to testing out the machine learning on the neural engine I got a score of 2610. I then ran the AnTuTu graphics benchmark, which runs several different tests from the CPU, GPU, memory and even more than that, and then it gives a general score based on its performance and the time taken. So with this iPad mini I got a general score of 769,123. I then ran the HTML browser test, which is once again from AnTuTu, and got scores of 62,291. I then ran a network speed test and consistently got Wi-Fi download speeds above 200 megabytes per second, which is to be expected as I am paying for a 200 megabytes per second download connection. Now with this iPad mini I got a download speed of 217 megabytes per second, while I got upload speeds around 20.7 megabytes per second. The next benchmarking application that I ran on this iPad mini was GFXBench Metal, which is once again designed to test the performance of these 4 graphical cores when running graphics through Metal. Now GFXBench runs a number of different tests of both higher and lower levels of intensity that are run both on and off screen. Now I've calculated the average across each category, but as always I will show you each individual result. For the higher graphically intense tasks, I got an average frame rate of 111.38 frames per second, and for the lower intensive tasks, I got an average of 143.83 frames per second. The next tests which I ran on this iPad mini were purely graphically based, coming from 3D Mark. The first of these I chose to run was the wildlife graphics test, and I got a score in this test of 9,011. So after running this test, I decided to run the wildlife stress test. The highest score I got here when running this was 8,594 and the lowest I got was 6,986, which compared to running this test on its own and getting a score of 9,011 to getting 6,986, we can see that when the device was stressed the most, the drop in performance was around 25%. I pretty much did the same thing once again running the Wildlife Extreme Graphics test, which is, as the name would imply, a much more intense version of the Wildlife Graphics test, as it runs this test at a higher resolution. So when running this test, I got a score of 2,653, and when running the Wildlife Extreme Stress test, the highest score I got here was 2,666 and the lowest was 2,154, which once again is a massive decrease in performance of around 20%. The final test I ran on this iPad mini was an export of a 4K video file. Now this video project has a length of around 5 minutes and 24 seconds. Now when exporting this video using iMovie, it took 3 minutes and 31 seconds to complete. So there you have it. Take away from this video what you must, but it's quite good to see smaller tablets with this design and display, the power efficiency and performance for this price. So if you want to run the tests that you've seen in this video and compare them to your own tablets, then go ahead and do so and let me know how your tablets stack up to this iPad mini. If you've got any questions with anything you've seen in this video, then be sure to let me know by commenting down below or hitting me up on my social media, links to which can be found down below in the video description. If you are new around here, then do please take a moment to subscribe, clicking the bell icon to be notified of when a new video goes live. Once again, thank you very much for watching, take care and have a good one.